afternoon, everyone. We want to start right now with breaking news out of Goodyear, where police are investigating a deadly incident outside of Walmart.
Yeah, it's terrible. Officers say a woman and a child both hit by a car in that parking lot near Estrella Parkway and I-10 about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Let's go live now to Sean Rice, who's at the scene with what we know. Sean, you wonder how something like this even happens.
Yeah, Troy and Tram, good afternoon to you both. To quote police who we just spoke with moments ago, this is being described as a, quote, tragic accident. One of those accidents you absolutely never want to see. Let me show you what this scene looks like here at this parking lot. We're really right off of Interstate 10 in Goodyear. Those who live in Goodyear know this Walmart parking lot is right off of Estrella Parkway, and this is the scene that unfolded right out of the grocery exit way of this Walmart parking lot. As you can see, this SUV has sustained a lot of damage to the back driver's side of that SUV, and of course a barrier right behind it. That is where this woman's body laid right after this collision took place. Goodyear police tell us at about 1:30 this afternoon, as we take you to some Sky 12 video of what this scene looked like. This woman was pronounced dead on scene. An adult woman was. Right after this car backed into her, she was also holding her 3-year-old child. That child, thankfully, though, has survived after being transported to the hospital with just some minor injuries. So what they've told us at this point is that this SUV was driven by another woman. It had stopped right outside the store. And what their investigation at this point has shown, and what bystanders corroborate, is that this car may have intended to move forward and then accidentally went backwards and at a high rate of speed struck this woman as she was exiting this Walmart parking lot. That is the preliminary investigation at this point. We do not know if this was some sort of medical emergency or why that female driver may have accidentally gone backwards instead of forwards. That's a really big part of that Goodyear police investigation right now. I'm told this woman, the driver, is not in police custody, and right now she is not facing charges of any kind. I did have a chance to speak with a shopper named Edwin. He was right in this parking lot as the collision happened. Take a look at how he described the woman driver's reaction to accidentally hitting this other woman.
Her knees, was on the phone. I think the first people she called was the cops, because she's like, I just ran somebody over. That's the first words out of her mouth. The lady was just unresponsive behind the truck. I think the hardest part was that she was with her little girl and her mom, and the way the little girl grabbed onto her grandma's leg and said, "My mommy," like that's the worst part, to see a little girl witness that. I think it was an accident. I don't see how it could have been on purpose or any hate towards each other. I mean, she backed into the car. To the Walmart, so.
And back out here live, I just cannot imagine having to hear, even as a bystander, hearing a toddler, really a 3-year-old, have to say, where's my mommy? Or I can't believe my mommy was just hit, stuff to that sort of in that word or in that vein. And so right here, I do want to say this entire Walmart parking lot right now is completely closed. I believe the inside of the Walmart is closed as well. Goodyear police tell us they're still very much in the early stages of their investigation. I would expect this entire parking lot to be closed well into this evening. We'll send it back to you guys.
Yeah, you know, Sean, we seem to see it a lot when cars go through the fronts of stores where somebody's sitting there and they think they're hitting the brake, but instead they hit the gas. This almost appears to be that sort of a situation where, you know, she's in reverse and instead of hitting the brake, hits the gas, and that would what force that vehicle back at such a high rate of speed in a strange place.
Yeah. Well, that's what bystanders, that's the only thing that they can really think of at this point as to why this would happen. When they saw the woman's reaction, just dropping to her knees, completely in tears over what she just accidentally did. That's really the only thing you can think of that could have happened here. Obviously, a medical emergency potentially is still under investigation, but either way, I don't think Goodyear police at the early stages of a fatal investigation like this would call this a tragic accident if they didn't have evidence to point in that direction. We'll send it back to you.
Sean, it just breaks your heart. It's so awful. I'm wondering, as far as the child, we know that the child is hurt, but to what extent are the injuries?
Yeah, Goodyear, that's one thing I asked Goodyear police just moments ago. They told us minor injuries. That child was transported to the hospital just for really precautionary reasons, but it is expected to live at this point. Thankfully so. Tram.
All right. Sean, I'm sure we'll continue to follow this story throughout the night and get some more information for you. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.